Hello, this is Cyrus from Super Nerd Network, and today I'm going to be playing Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is a roguelike, uh, essentially deck builder, which is kind of cool. We'll just go standard. You have a couple different characters to choose from. You have the Ironclad, you have the Silent, the Defect, and the Watcher. Today I'll play the Defect. He's a combat automaton, which became self-aware. Ancient technology allows manipulation of orbs, and it comes with what this game calls a relic, which is at the start of each combat. I channel one lightning, and I'll embark. And so every act will start off with you talking to this whale thing, and he'll give you something. So I can remove a card from my deck, obtain 100 gold. I can lose 7 of my max HP to remove 2 cards, or I can lose my starting relic and get a random boss relic. So I'll probably go for the card removal, just because typically with deck builders, you kind of want a lean and mean deck to use. So I'll take the free card removal. There are, of course, other ways to remove cards in the game, like shops. You can pay money to do it, so honestly, I'll probably go this way. Just kind of trim my deck down. So, yeah, so you'll draw like your hand every turn. So with him, he has this mechanic of these orbs. So what they do is, at the end of turn, all orbs have a passive ability, by the way. And so this one, at the end of turn, they deal 3 damage to a random enemy. And then I can evoke them, which are cards that'll let me evoke orbs. Or orbs get evoked whenever I channel more than I have, and it'll deal 8 damage to a random enemy instead. So then what I'll do here, so we'll probably try to negate some of the damage, because your health carries through as you fight through the dungeons. So, and then you have energy right here that says essentially what you can play. So it's kind of like like Hearthstone in that element. Okay, so like this card right here, dual cast. It evokes my next orb twice. So what I can do here is, and you want to kind of pay attention to what they're doing. So he's going to be generating 7. He's going to be generating shield and dealing 7 damage. So what I could do is, because I'm pretty sure I can't kill him, is I'll channel 1 lightning, and then I'll get 10 shield. And shield does go away unless you have something special that says otherwise. But the reason why I did that is because now I'm going to deal 9 damage to him, and I block all of his attacks. And so as you see, my shield went away and he has 5. So, and what he's about to do, and you can always hover over them, it says that he's essentially intending to block and use a buff on himself. So odds are he's going to increase his strength, which will let him hit harder. Killed him before he could do anything like that. And then you'll get loot at the end of every combat. You can pick some cards, and like I said, you want to kind of keep your deck lean and mean. So what I typically do is I have a set build that I kind of go for the defect, and I like going power heavy. So anything that interacts with powers is typically pretty solid. Um, so I might just skip on these, although I am tempted by this charge battery, because next turn I'll gain, or the next turn that I play this, or essentially when I play it, the following turn after I had played it, I'll gain 1 extra energy, and that of course is not going to be every turn, but and I'll gain 7 block. So I mean that can be solid, but I think I'll skip for now. And I like hitting up question marks, because those also have chances to give you a lot of gold, and you can also gain relics, like in this case, or you can also remove cards, and they do a bunch of different things. Or it's a combat, but this one, I'll get a relic that lets me get 25% more gold, so sure. And then I kind of pick, and then I'll let you pick which one you're going to get from the trap. So curses, they stay in your deck, and you can get them removed. I can lose 6 of my max HP, or I can take 18 damage. I'll probably take the 18 damage. I'll go to the shop. And then here, you'll have a bunch of different cards you can buy. You can buy some relics or potions. Heat Sink is pretty solid, but I don't have anything that really kind of combos with it, so I'll focus on getting my deck kind of leaned down. Actually, we'll get rid of defense. Okay. And I can buy the card on sale, but it doesn't really interact too well, so. And we know that we're going to get another shop here, but the next removal will be 100, so Unless I magically get like 60 gold, which I don't think I will. So I will channel my 1 lightning. He has 12 HP, so I know I could just kill him right now. So I'll probably do that. Because what he's going to do is he's going to inflict a negative effect on me. And the only thing I can block that are these things called artifacts, which are cards that can generate artifacts, but it looks like he's going to try doing the same thing again. So we'll just do that. And then he should be dead at the end of my turn. Okay. And then I got a block push, and then I can add a card. Creative AI is not a bad one. It says at the start of my turn, add a random power card into your hand. And the reason why I like powers is because they, when you play a power card, that effect stays with you essentially until the end of combat. So I don't quite have enough gold. So, I mean, I might want to go here and just see if they do have a card in case a power card is... Okay, so that's 72. Yeah, you never know, because sometimes you can get some really good deals. Like this could have been the card on sale. So that's kind of like, I was taking that gamble. No, this card is pretty good. It evokes my next orb, which is the orb essentially on the right side, on the bottom. And then it'll also channel one of what was just evoked. So it's actually a pretty solid card. But it is 50. So I think we'll stay lean. So that was kind of a waste of going there. But now, so here what I can do is, because I beat the game, I can obtain a key by resting, or I can upgrade cards, or I can rest to gain 24 or 20% of my max HP back. So what I can do is I can upgrade a card. Like this one, it's probably going to be a solid one, because I can make it cost 2 now. And so it won't take my whole turn away from me, and I can block if I have to. So I'll probably do that. And then I'll hit this question mark. Okay. So look, so I can pay 50 gold to remove a card, which I probably will do. And I think we will upgrade another card. Yeah. Well, so if we upgrade that, it'll cost 0. That one will also cost 0. So what we'll probably do, we'll upgrade that. Okay. So I have my choice. I can either get the letter opener, which is every time I play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies, which is nice. Or I can get a sapphire key, which will help me beat like the final boss. So I'll actually probably pick that up. Like, this character is skill heavy. I could try fighting a mini boss, but I know if I go there, I'm just gonna have to fight another one on 51 health. Or I can go here, just fight 3 normal fights. Actually, if I went this way, I'd have to fight 3 mini bosses. Now, mini bosses are cool because they do give you relics, and they do give you lots of gold, but I don't think I quite have the health for that. So we'll do that. So they're gonna hit for 14. So they're still gonna get some damage through. So he's only gonna be hitting for 7. So I'll play this on a defense. And I will still take a little bit of damage. And so that weakens me, so my attacks now deal 25% less damage for 2 turns. But those will just be anything that's labeled an attack card, like these will still do the full amount of damage, which is nice. So I'll play this, because it's a power. Channel more lightning. And honestly, I just kind of let my lightning do the rest here. Okay. So this power's nice, although he's not really going to be attacking, but... And there we go. So what happened there is I channeled more lightning than I had, so it evoked the one on the rightmost side there. Loop's a good one. It'll, at the start of my turn, I trigger the passive ability of my next orb. So essentially, I essentially get to have that effect that it has at the end of my turn, on the beginning of my turn, but just for one orb instead of all of them. Okay, so I probably do this. Block all of his damage. But he will still take gold from me. I could have just blocked all this, but eventually, yeah, so he's going to try shielding up. And what he'll do is after this, he'll attempt to run away, so I kind of want to focus on making sure that I can defeat him as quick as possible. So I need to do, okay, 6 damage, so that should be pretty easy. Well, actually, and then it'll give me all my gold back. This card does keep coming up, and now that I know that I will want more block, I think, as this is going on, so I'll pick that up just to be on the safe side. What I can do that. We'll probably play Loop instead and game block. Just so that way I can block all of his damage and still continue to do more damage. Okay. He's going to hit me for 7, and then he's also going to inflict a negative effect on me. So. Yeah, so this is a fun little game. You can get it on Steam. I don't believe it was too expensive, but yeah, it's another one of those games where if you're looking for something to kind of play in between like games, this is a good one that you can just sit down and play and go through a bit. And it does save your progress too, so that's pretty nice. Honestly, we'll go for this one just for more block, because that is kind of like how I like doing it. Is I like gaining as much block as possible so I can continue to do things. But I'll actually do this. I'll gain my 75 gold, lose 11 HP. I'll do this again. Oh, and I got a chest from it. And it'll raise my max HP by 7, which is pretty awesome. So then at the camp here, because I'm about to be going up against the boss, I will more than likely rest. Although that isn't always needed. But because after you beat a boss, well, you'll go to like the next level, but anytime you beat a boss, you'll like replenish, and specifically like the main boss of the floor that you're on, you'll replenish all your health as you move on to the next act. Mini bosses, you don't regain health. So I know that he's going to shield up, and he has a mode shift that after receiving 30 damage, he'll change to a defensive mode. So what I'll do is get that going. So now he dishes out a lot of damage, so typically bosses do, so that's why I try. Let's see, I can gain 2 orb slots, which would be nice. Upgrade all the cards in my hand for the rest of combat, which actually I might do. And then that'll gain me 12 block. So let's see how I can string this together. So honestly, I do probably want this, just because that's going to be good. Okay, block. Honestly, because I want to make sure I minimize as much death as possible. I typically save a lot of my potions for bosses or mini bosses. Okay, so that's a pretty good card. Although, so it'll give me 4 focus, which focus, as it says here, increases the effectiveness of my channeled orbs, but at the start of my turn I'll lose 1 focus and it will go negative in focus. So unless I can think I can beat him quick, which I don't think I will be able to, I'm probably not going to play that card. I'll do this for the energy. Strike. So now he plays this sharp hide effect, so whenever I play an attack card I take 3 damage. Okay, so that'll be pretty good. And luckily that 3 damage goes towards my shield, so now I did still get to play an attack card against him, deal some damage, and also not take him. Okay, so play another one of those. Essentially I'm drawing 2 cards at the beginning of my turn every time. And he's dealing a lot of damage, so I'll probably try to defend up as much as possible. And let's see. I'll probably do So this one's good. So whenever I play a power card, I channel 1 lightning. And so essentially what's doing is that this creative AI is really good because it'll give you a lot of solid, it puts power cards in your hand. So it literally feeds stuff into your hand that will, and there are a lot of cards that synergize with other powers. So he's going to be doing 20 damage, so I'll probably just go for a full round of blocking. So I'll start taking 4 damage. And so I do already have loop played, but they do stack, which is actually really nice. So I'm checking. Now what I'll probably do here. So I'll strike it. So I'll go into defensive. So I can get the extra energy. He does have the sharp hide ability out, so I'll probably just make sure that I'm not going to take any damage. So this one's a good one if it wasn't just one enemy, although it does channel 2 lightning, which is pretty awesome, but it essentially lets my lightning, every time it essentially strikes, it hits multiple enemies, which is really cool. But he's going to be hitting for 16, so my main focus right now is making sure that I can block the majority of that, which I can, so now I feel pretty comfortable doing this. I think I pretty well have this. I'm gonna do 20 damage, so really what I'm probably gonna do is I'll probably play this. I'll get my 4 focus because we're in a position where I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna win this. Yep. I'll channel another one. And really, I could just strike him. And he'll just die at the end of my turn. Oh, we defeated him. And so we'll get a bunch of gold, we'll get a potion, and I can pick a card from here that I want to play. So, as you see, I'm channeling a lot of lightning, so this card is actually pretty awesome. I can deal 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning channel this combat, which is actually really good. A Seek is also really good. Puts 1 random card from my draw pile into my hand, and then I exhaust it. So, if I get this in my opening hand, I mean, I can put like the creative AI in it. So I'll probably go with this one, just because I know that this card shows up a bit. So we'll grab that, and we'll proceed to the next act. Oh wait, yeah, and of course I forgot that also at the end of every boss you get a chest. So this one is during boss and elite combats, I gain energy at the start of my turn, which is pretty awesome actually. This one, at the start of my turn, draw 2 additional cards, but I start each combat confused, which whenever I draw a card, it randomizes its cost, so it's actually not that good. This one is I gain energy at the start of my turn, and then all enemies start combat with 1 strength, which, since I am going defense heavy, I don't really mind so much. So yeah, I'll take the extra energy. That's probably actually one of my favorite for this build, just getting the extra energy going. So now we're in Act 2, the city. And I think this is where I'll end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.